Nietzsche wasn't just talking about chaos in the world. He was talking about what happens when you stare too deeply into yourself, into your desires. There's a reason most people avoid talking about lust beyond the surface. It's not because they're pure. It's because deep down, they know it can twist a man's mind, ruin his focus, and turn his strength into a leash for someone else to pull. But Nietzsche and Machiavelli didn't tell men to fear it. They warned us to understand it, to face it without shame, and to turn it into something few can ever master. Because lust isn't just about pleasure. It's about hunger, sometimes for another person, sometimes for validation, sometimes for power itself. Most men either deny it and let it rot in the dark, controlling them in ways they don't see, or they indulge it recklessly and end up predictable, weak, and easily broken. Both choices are the fast track to being someone else's pawn. Nietzsche believed that desire, even lust, is a sign of life's force, the will to power, the drive to create and conquer. To crush it is to crush yourself. But to lie about it, to pretend you're above it, is to let it turn into poison. A man who denies his hunger often ends up acting out in desperate, reckless ways because he can't stand the tension building beneath his skin. That's when he stops making choices and starts being dragged by impulses. Nietzsche's answer was brutal but clear. Confront it directly, so it never controls you from the shadows. But Machiavelli's warning made it colder. For Machiavelli, desire was never about morality. It was about leverage. He didn't tell men to crush their lust or worship it. He told them to master it and understand how it moves others. Because desire is predictable, it can bend loyalties, spark betrayals, and make people reveal their true nature faster than any confession. But he also knew it's a trap for the careless. Show the world what you want too openly, and someone will use it to bait you, to weaken you, to keep you chasing while they're pulling the strings. The man who can control himself while reading the appetites of others becomes untouchable, not because he's immune to lust, but because it never leaks through his armor. Here's where it becomes dangerous. Once you truly understand how much of life is driven by desire, why people cling to toxic relationships, why alliances form and shatter, why entire social groups revolve around a single magnetic figure, you can't unsee it. Suddenly, every smile feels loaded. Every conversation feels like a trade. And the more you see, the harder it becomes to just enjoy the surface of life. This is the hidden curse. Awareness without discipline leads to cynicism, paranoia, and isolation. Nietzsche's abyss starts to stare back, and if you're not careful, you stop seeing people as people and only as creatures chasing their cravings. The way out isn't to close your eyes again. It's to master what you see. Nietzsche would say, own your desires fully, laugh at them, acknowledge them, so they can't rot in the dark. Machiavelli would tell you, discipline them, delay them, use the energy they give you, and never let anyone see enough to hold it over you. Together, their lessons form the only real way to turn lust from a weakness into a weapon. You stop being reactive. You stop chasing every flicker of craving. You start redirecting that energy into your work, into influence, into building connections that strengthen you instead of draining you. And when others try to pull your strings using what you want, you already see the trap before they even finish setting it. If you're still here, it means you're not like everyone else. Most people bail when a video forces them to think, because it's easier to scroll than face themselves. But the next time someone manipulates you using what you crave, you'll remember this moment and wish you'd gone deeper. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will show you how to flip the power dynamic completely. Nietzsche and Machiavelli agreed on one final truth, though they never said it outright. The man who masters desire isn't the one who kills it, but the one who moves through life without being owned by it. Everyone else is chasing something: validation, intimacy, attention, status. Most of them look desperate, even when they think they're hiding it. But the man who understands lust, his own and everyone else's, moves differently. He doesn't announce what he wants. He doesn't need to chase. And because no one can read him, everyone starts leaning toward him, wondering why he's so calm in the chaos. That mystery is power, and that's how you turn a force most men fear into something that makes you untouchable. If you want to keep learning how to master the darker sides of human behavior, how to read the game, and stop being the one who gets played, subscribe and hit the bell, because the next video might just save you from the kind of mistake people rarely come back from.